Hello there, everyone. Welcome to a thrift with us, but this time it's kind of like more vlog style than even usual. There's Ryan.
It's cold. I
miss
the Florida
I was gonna
weather.
say, it's like 10 degrees out. This is Ryan's first video back, yay! And it's thrift with us. It's also like kind of a literal ship with us.
It's shipping day, and I need to get a coffee.
We're gonna go, there's a new coffee shop in town that literally opened like 3 days ago. Me stumbling around to my like snow-buried car. So we're gonna try the coffee place and drop mail off and go to Unique. That's the plan for now. It's this new place. The signs over here still say Main Street, but they had like, they got bought out or rebranding or something, and it's called like Tapestry Coffee. And we've never been here. Actually, we don't even come to these downtown shops too often. There's just one brewery right over there. Oh my gosh, which is like our home. Angry Inch if you're ever in Lakeville.
Hi, Snake.
Is this an entrance? Yes, Tapestry Coffee. There we go. There's the door. Wrong door. I got the chai tea latte.
And I got a cereal milk latte and a gluten-free muffin.
That's very pretty. That's ethically sourced. Perfect. That actually looks really good.
So excited. It's a banana.
Banana chocolate chip.
Oh my god, it smells super good.
Beautiful. Just got done shipping. Oh my gosh, and I just keep failing to unlock the car. So there's our post office. We just realized that there is no post office sign on our post office.
But trust and believe, this is an authorized USPS.
But it is MLK Day and we still were able to drop mail off, and actually there is a self-scanner in there if you did not know. We didn't get to use it, so we didn't get a clip of it, but on holidays you can self-scan on the little like label printer machine. Sometime we'll get you guys footage of that.
Well, there was a lovely older gentleman trying to send a package to somebody, and it
took too long, so we couldn't scan.
They were on opposite planes.
Now we're off to Unique.
Yay!
I sprayed my windshield because I know there's going to be a million comments saying, wow, that windshield was so dirty, but it's better now.
Time.
It's winter in Minnesota, okay? Everyone's car is dirty. Look at all these cars. But if you're wondering what we're doing, we're seeing if our Cane's is open yet.
We're stalking.
Because we have a Cane's opening very soon, very close to us. And it looks like it's getting close. These might be employees.
We're hiring.
We're hiring.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
it's
gonna
like
work there, but I
so
wanna work there.
close. I'm so excited for Cane's.
I just want to eat. Like, I'm starving.
Yeah, we are getting close. Cane's, we will have you soon in our grasp. The promised land.
Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, I don't think
Did they replace the awnings?
No.
No.
They're sunset or retractable on
Their
it.
sunset retractable awnings opens and closes in just 60
You guys
seconds.
being hypnotized by my Johnny Was little moon. Ooh, this guy parked real quick. He's gonna just like run over my car like a monster truck. Okay, we're going in.
Yeah.
I'm some donations so I can get a coupon. This is the best sight to see when you walk into our Unique. It is a lineup of brand new racks. Every time that I walk in and see this, I get a handful of really good things right off the bat. This Unique seems to just get such good stuff in, and it's nice to not have to hunt through the shelves for the stuff. It's all basically just sitting there waiting for me. My first find is this very plush Free People sweater. I'm gonna ask Ryan if he wants it because I'm not willing to spend $13 on it. They also had this brandless coat that looked like Pendleton Hudson Bay. If it was, I would have flipped, but it's not, and it was too cheap to pick up. Here is a recap of what I found on all the new racks. Ryan and I split them, and first I found the Free People. Ryan passed on it too. Next I found the J. Crew sweater knit blazer. These sell so consistently and for good money, so they're one of my favorite J. Crew pieces to find. I also found this Lululemon jacket, and it's men's. There was no long tag in it, so they missed it. Also, the label was very hard to find. It was on the back of a sleeve, and the men's is a lot harder to notice. Then I found this Athleta, and I actually ended up passing on this. It was a great price, but there was a hole in the seam that probably could have been fixed pretty easy, but it also was pilly, and it was just too much work. And then another Free People quite similar, but I liked this one, how it was ribbed. Then I noticed the stains, so I passed on it. Also another Lululemon, and this is a Swiftly long sleeve for only $4.50. I do not know how they missed this one.
The first place I will always go in a thrift store if they are out is the new racks. I absolutely love looking through them and hoping they're not too picked over. This was one of the first things I saw. It's a Norwegian-style knitted sweater. I was super excited because I thought it was going to be a vintage Dale of Norway sweater, which, if you don't know, Dale of Norway is the primo brand for the sweaters, but unfortunately it was not. And then I saw this really fun vintage sweater and hoped it was a Kugi or a Kuji sweater, but it was not. So Brooks Brothers is a brand that I'm a little bit more inclined to pick up in the bins. It has a really high retail, and I think people still like it, but I'm definitely not going to pay thrift store prices for it. And then this H&M top I thought was just super cute, but the brand is just not very desirable. Champion is also a brand that I really like picking up, but I'm definitely not going to pay the $16 or $17 they wanted for it. That is absolutely crazy. This really cute Patagonia sweatshirt I would have gotten for me, but Jack reminded me that I have many sweatshirts at home and I did not need another one, but it was super cute. I ended up passing on both of these Patagonia sweatshirts to sell though, because they were just a little bit faded and they were very expensive. So these were the only two things that I ended up finding on all of these new racks. Apparently they were just a little bit picked over. The first one I was interested in getting to put on Depop specifically. It was this early 2000s Y2K, like bandana print little silk shift dress. The brand really doesn't matter when I find things for Depop unless it's obviously a desirable vintage piece. But this unfortunately had a lot of runs in the silk, so I did end up passing on that. And then I found this really cool Tesla crew neck. I thought the price wasn't that bad, and I knew that like car themed stuff was really expensive and kind of desirable, but unfortunately these are very common and very easy to get for under $30.
These are possibly the oldest pair of Zara shoes I have ever seen. These are the yassification of Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. These are like her glam, I'm going out tonight shoes, I guess. So this is my first time finding Pour La Victoire, and it's an okay brand, not that expensive, so I'd only get it at the bins.
I have definitely done very well in this purse section in the past, but unfortunately today it was kind of a bust. I thought this little knit bag was cute, but it just felt really cheap, and I am trying to stay away from paying up for the vintage bags, only getting those in the bins, and I just really didn't see anything that was of note, unfortunately. And this little purple beauty here thrown on the bottom shelf is Debbie's old purse that we donated here. That is hysterical that they put it out that fast. That couldn't have been donated more than a week ago. That's funny. So this next little black bag, the leather felt really nice, and I know that I just said that I really wasn't interested in the vintage bags, but this style is very trendy, and it turns out this was a furla. I was very, very, very excited to find it. I am obsessed with this little bag. So as I was looking through the handbags, they wheeled out some more new racks, which I absolutely love about this store is they release new stuff all the time. This was a Scott James sweater. I'd never heard of it before, but I thought it was one of those really expensive golf wear brands. It was 100% cashmere, which definitely drew me to it, and the colors were super vibrant. But unfortunately, after looking up comps later, it turns out it was nothing. This Zara piece I also put in my cart. I thought it was really cute and really bohemian. I love the little frilled, like ruffly bottom and the little beading detail on top, so I put that on my cart to look over a little later.
Another new rack was rolled out, and I actually found 3 different but very similar Vince wool and yak cardigan coats on them. And this first one is a black and gray stripe that I am going to be getting. It is like $12.50, and it's actually 20% off day. This one is just gray, and I ended up finding a hole in this one, so in the end I passed on this one. And this one is a tan and gray. They're all like the exact same style, and this one was like the nicest by far, so I picked up this one too, and this was $10. It absolutely pains me to say, but I skipped a Burberry. So this Burberry was really boring with just a ruffle trim to it, and it was $35. Even at 20% off, I know I couldn't make very much on it. This Free People was marked at $25, which is crazy, first off, to think that they mark a Burberry at $35 and a Free People at $25, but also that one wasn't even that cute, so like, I'm not seeing the vision here unique.
kind of like the handbags, the jeans section today was a little lackluster. I've definitely found really amazing pairs of jeans here, but I think they are starting to be more aware of what brands are, and they are definitely starting to mark things up a little bit, which kind of isn't the greatest, but that's okay. These noir jeans, I didn't really know what they were, and I just pulled them out to look at them, and I was not impressed once I pulled them out, so I ended up passing on those. And then this pair of Zara jeans right here, this is what I'm talking about of them beginning to mark things up. I remember when they would price Zara jeans at like $5.49, $6.49. These were $10, and even with the discount, I really wasn't super interested in them, so I left them behind. So this pair of J. Crew jeans, this is another example of something that I definitely would be picking up in the bins, but I'm not going to pay anywhere near the $9.49 that they wanted for them. J. Crew jeans for me typically only sell for $20 to $25. This pair of Uniqlo jeans I was looking at for my mom. She is a huge Uniglow, as she calls it, fan, so I was trying to see if these were her size, and they were not, unfortunately. So here is another pair of the Zara jeans. I thought these were a little bit more interesting with the raw hem on the bottom, but they were still the $9.49. Moving into the dresses, this is another example of something that I would pick up in the bins to take to ThredUp or send to a consignment store. It was an Armani exchange dress. They wanted $11.49 for it, minus the discount. I still really didn't think that was worth it. It was kind of cute though, but the style was just a little bit dated, so I ended up leaving that one behind. And this Zara dress I did think was really cute, and I really would have paid the like $8 or $9 that it would have been after the discount, but unfortunately, and I don't know if I show it, it had a massive stain on the front. So this Athleta dress, and then I'll show another one in the next clip, definitely would have been pickups for me if they weren't priced up so high. I love to sell Athleta dresses. I think they sell really fast for me, but these were just way too expensive. Here's the other one. They were like $17 to $19 a piece. I think they came from the same person because they were definitely the same size. I probably would have paid maybe max $10 for each of them. As I moved into the sweaters, I found this amazing, I believe it's wool. I haven't really looked into the material tag yet. Hand knit, really cute little teal blue sweater. I didn't recognize the brand, but with vintage sweaters, I don't really ever recognize the brands. But I couldn't get over this really fun little whimsical like elephant or animal print that it had on the bottom with the daisies. This is definitely going on Depop. This sweater did have a little bit of wear on the inside of the neck, but I could just use a shout wipe to get that right out. And then I pulled this off of a new rack because, like I said earlier, they just keep wheeling them out. This was a Bowden skirt, and I didn't realize that it was $13. I would have gotten it if it was probably $7 or $8, but they wanted $13.49 for it, so I ended up leaving that behind. So this was another vintage sweater that I found. I was really interested in this really fun little chain print. It gave me like 90s Gucci or 90s Ralph Lauren vibes, but unfortunately it was a little too expensive, and I just really wasn't into the overall shape of the sweater other than the print, so I ended up passing on this. So this I did end up picking up. It was this really cute, really vibrant yellow-green little St. John sweater with this really beautiful black crystal embroidery throughout. I absolutely love this. I definitely did pay up for a St. John piece. It was $12.99, minus I think it was 25 or 30% off, but I was so pumped. So this piece was nothing more than a little conundrum. It was ink, which I believe is just sold at Macy's, but there was just so much happening that I couldn't not film it. This little Club Monaco, it had a little mohair border on it, and Club Monaco is another one of those brands where I'll look it up to make sure that like a celebrity or somebody famous didn't wear it, but most of the time these are bins finds for me.
Here was a good find. I never find this brand, and I know it doesn't do as good anymore, but I still get excited to find it. It is Sweaty Betty. This is hilarious, and I think Ryan saw it too, but this was Debbie's purse that she donated here, and it's so funny that I found it. It's $5.99. Unfortunately, the day has come, and Unique knows Smart Wool. This is marked up to $25. Also, can we talk about how old that Smart Wool label was? I have never seen one like that. Where is Nitwit? I cannot find him anywhere. Where is he? This is a really beautiful St. John dress that I did actually end up getting, but I had to cut this clip short because some woman came up to me and was like, "That dress is gorgeous." This is such a cute sweater, and I kind of wish it was J. Crew or Madewell and I'd get it, but since it's Talbot's and petite, I'm not. This Free People's really cute. I love the sparkly metallic and the ruffle sleeves. Maybe in the bins, but not for that price.
This was also in the sweater section. It was, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name because I'm absolutely going to butcher it. It's Laura something. It was an Italian sizing, and it was a mohair blend, and I know Italian sizing and mohair are very expensive, so I definitely got it to Google, and unfortunately, she is worth nothing. So I put it in my cart for now, and then I end up putting it back later. So this little Madewell sweater, the price wasn't super bad. Maybe if I was having a little bit of a worse day, I might have picked this up just to say that I picked something up. But it was a little dated and it was pilled all over the place, so I left it behind. This vintage sweater literally looked like it got shot. There were so many holes in it, but I just couldn't get over this really cute little swan print. This next sweater is hole free, thank God. It is this really cute vintage Eagles varsity sweater, and it's an official varsity sweater because it has the little varsity V on it. I am not sure as to what age. If I had to guess, I would probably say somewhere in the late 70s, early 80s, maybe even up to the 90s. I just really loved the color blocking on it, and I think that these little varsity sweaters are really popular right now. This little DKNY sweater Jack ended up finding for me. It had one little spot on it, which I'm fairly confident I can Grandma's stain remove out. This is definitely a contender for Depop. I see this stuff sell very consistently for $30 to $40, and it was only $5 minus the discount, so I was very excited to pick that up. These faux leather pants are definitely another example of things I would pick up in the bins. They are Who What Wear, which is just the Target brand. They were $7 before the discount, and they were really cute, but again, I just don't want to pay $5 for something that I'd probably honestly end up selling for $15 to $20. Yet another example of something I pick up in the bins. This was just a vintage little no brand skirt. It was $9 before the discount, but this is so cute, and I would have 100% got it in the bins. This next top I did get to put in my Google pile. I didn't recognize this brand, but the sleeves on this were super fun. If I can put it back on the hanger, there we go. They had these really fun little black mesh sleeves with this really fun little multicolor polka dot detail, so I did end up passing on this because it was just some no-name brand, but I thought it was fun. Point Sur, kind of like the J. Crew jeans that I mentioned a little earlier, is a brand that I would pick up in the bins. Point Sur, if you don't know, is like a J. Crew offshoot or like another J. Crew denim brand. They sell pretty well, especially if they're plus size, but I just didn't want to pay the $10 for them. I did, though, end up finding and purchasing these vintage Levi's 550s. These are an amazing and consistent seller for me. So this is me going through my cart. I ended up passing on this Zara piece because it was missing some beads, and this white trim had some weird stains on it that I didn't think I'd be able to wash out, so I ended up passing on that.
So we were all done with Unique, and we rushed over to the closest Cane's, which is not very close, and they were closed, and I literally wept. So instead, we're trying the Beyond Chicken Nuggets at KFC, even though I despise KFC.
Love Pepsi.